All right, let's make a video today. Today did not go as planned. So I did make a post. I posted checking in at the Mayo Clinic down in Rochester today, and I went down there. I originally had been given an appointment. Finally, it took me to get a referral to schedule down there. It took him 3 weeks to call me back to get an appointment. My initial appointment was way. It was going to be in my first appointment they gave me was mid-June, and so It was the only week I couldn't do it because I'm going to be in Montana that week. So I was like, give me any other week of the summer. The next week schedule came out because they're like, we can't reschedule you now. Our schedule isn't out that far yet. Call back. So I did. And then they gave me an appointment for June 30th with a doctor. And then my hope got up because they sent me a text and said, hey, we had an appointment open up for April 13th today. I was like, wow, that'd be great. I mean, I've been kind of kicking the can down this road. I've been seeing my doctors in just locally here in the Twin Cities metro. I usually go to Twin Cities Orthopedic, and it's literally where the Vikings are. It's on the Vikings campus, whatever, and they've got great doctors there, and obviously that's the Vikings team doctors, the same. So I was pretty hopeful that they would be able to help. We did some PT. They've given me some cortisone shots. It just hasn't brought the swelling down in that clavicle. So I kind of got a second opinion, and they're like, it was an area that if it needs surgery, the other doctor was not comfortable operating on. It's the swelling, the lump is here in my clavicle, and it's kind of like the vessels and stuff that go to the heart are pretty close to that, they say. And he said he just, wasn't comfortable working with it. He said, well, we'll get you, there's a guy who specializes in that. Cool. So I went down there. The appointment they got me to see the doctor was 10:30. And they said I needed a CT. They wanted a CT on what it looks like now compared to what it looked like a year ago. So they scheduled me for that at 8:30. So I did it. I woke up early. I got down there. I did the CT. I waited for 2 hours for the appointment. Got in there. And they told me that when I was rescheduled, they rescheduled me with a different doctor that is not the doctor I needed to see. The doctor that they rescheduled me with does not specialize in the clavicle shoulder area that I needed. It's some kind of joint, SVC, something. Anyway, something joint, and said that doctor I did need to see was in surgery all day. He was in the operating room all day today. And they said, we'll message him to see if maybe he could, in between surgeries, if he could see you. But and they came back and ultimately said, I waited for like another 45 or 50 minutes. And they said, he can see you. He's not going to be able to get away from surgery. So I drove the almost hour and a half down there, hung around in waiting rooms, and then ultimately got sent home. The only plus side was that that he agreed to see me in 2 weeks on the 28th of April. So it'll still be 2 months sooner than I would have gotten seen that June 30th appointment. But now it'll be a second drive I'll have to take down there, which is unfortunate. But so let me try and make it rad again. Let me flip it around, I guess. So this here, I've had this bottle of whiskey for a while. I don't have a lot left of it, but I bought this for a reason. So I always talk about my dog Dixie, who is my best buddy. And I've been thinking about her a bit because she was born in April of 2011. She would have been 15 this year if she was still alive, but she died in 2020, so she was like 9. But this particular bottle was distilled in spring of 2011. So this bottle here was made at the same time as Dixie, and also in Tennessee, because Dixie came from Tennessee. She had been a stray and a rescue, and they had serious heavy rains and serious flooding in the eastern part of Tennessee that year. And so she ended up caught in an animal trap and freed, and it caused like severe scarring on one of her paws that had been caught. But she had to take antibiotics and it healed up and all that. But anyway, I only drink this when it's around the time of year when Dixie was born. So it's good stuff. Dickel, Tennessee. Let's make a whiskey and cub with it. Let's kill it. Let's kill the bottle today. Got that much in there. Of course, you know me. Still diabetic. Still got to be diet. Also, still don't do caffeine. Plus, I've tried the Diet Coke caffeine free versus the Diet Coke. And I've maybe mentioned this before, but adding the caffeine into it makes it taste more bitter. It makes that artificial sweetener taste kick in way more. I actually think the caffeine free tastes sweeter, so I don't mind doing it. Anyway, stir it up. Well, anyway, I kind of thought I had so many medical misadventures with misdiagnoses and weird stuff with the vocal cord dysfunction and all that. In 2024, I just kind of thought that I was off the path of medical misadventures for a while, because I had a lot of stuff happen that year. A lot of struggling breathing, which has been a little better this year, but kind of thought maybe the clavicle and the shoulder is the last thing I got to worry about for a minute, and it seems like we're pushing that out a little bit further now. So anyway, pain in the ass, but I got through the other crap just fine. I'll be fine this time also. So here's let's try and make Facebook rad again anyway. Cheers. That is good. Anyway, cheers, guys. Have a good April 13th.